Memory lane garage, guys. Our F-head 134 Hurricane engine. We're going to finish disassembling this engine, taking the pistons out, and get ready to send it off. That's your timing chain cover. When we turn the engine around, that's your oil pickup. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Alright, so we got most of our gasket material off where the oil pan bolts to. These pistons got locks on these nuts, so we got to remove them first. Those are little locking nuts that the main nut from coming loose. Little bitty guys. I mean, they're just tiny. So we're going to take the rod caps off. Then we can be able to take the pistons out. That's our bearing. It's in there just like this. Good and oily. But we're going to put all their bearings in this. That's it. And that's piston 1. There it is. Actually, I believe the one that we took out should have been piston 4. But we're thinking it says 1 on the piston. This should be 1. We're going to take piston 1 out now. Where there's net labeled 1, I don't know. You guys got to think about it. This engine is what, 67 years old? And it is counting down, isn't it? See what this one says. Well, this one says 1 as well. So maybe that one is saying 4 and I just can't see it, or there's 2 1s. I don't know, but this is definitely 1. I can see it clear as day. Right there. And it was facing the oil pump. So I'm going to put this in the box. Alright, top dead center. So there's piston 1. I'm going to rotate my engine so I can get to the other 2. Alright, so we rotated the engine where we can get to these. I'm going to go ahead and take the locking nuts off. Take these 2 off. We're going to do piston number 2. So we'll go ahead and remove these nuts. Kind of rolled on me. It does say piston number 2. So that's right. And that's piston number 2. And the ring is broke on that one. see how it just fell off to the ground? That's rings broke completely in half. All right, last piston, guys. That's our bearing. It's got a scratch in the side of the middle there. But, here's what it is. Now we're going to set this aside. We're going to take out the last piston. It will be number 3 because we've already taken out number 4. Oops. It's coming. All right. And it says piston number 3. You can see the number right there. A big one, little bitty number 3 right there. There we go. So now, other than the oil pump, and yeah, that's basically about it. We can take this engine up and have it checked out. I think we're going to leave the crank inside the block and let them check it out inside the block so we don't damage the crank traveling with it. Also, we got to take out our distributor. And that's it. She's ready to be hauled out of here. Now. So that's a crank. There's some bearing in there. So these are our cylinder walls where we pulled the pistons out. Our machine shop's going to check these out. They'll probably have to cut some of the carbon out. They may even have to bore the engine out a little bit and put a little bit oversized pistons in here. I'm not really sure. They'll tell me when they get checking this out. It's all going to be cleaned at the machine shop. And so it can be checked out and ready to be put back together. Of course, we're going to have to order all new parts for this. Our timing chain cover, it's not actually has a chain, it's a gear on gear. So this gear on the top is actually a fiber gear. This gear on the bottom is actually a metal gear. So you got a metal gear on a fiber gear. In between these two gears is kind of like an oiler. It sprays oil in between the two gears to help lubricate these two big gears. This is very important to have really good oil on these two gears. For one thing, this is a fiber gear. So to conclude our video, we pulled the pistons and we just basically got this engine ready for taking up the machine shop and having them go through it and inspect everything and make sure it is a rebuildable engine. We believe it is. We hope there is. But, you know, you get down there in the shop, it's hard to say what they'll end up finding when they get down into it. But hopefully this block's going to be really good for us and we're able to use it. So that concludes our video for today. And I really appreciate you watching. It's been really fun working on this. And then we're just started. So when we get this back, we're going to be putting this all back together. So, going to have a good time doing this. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.